All right, hello YouTube. How y'all doing today? We're gonna do a simple video. We're not doing no. Hold up. Is that mine? Oh, okay. We're gonna do a simple video today. We're gonna react to some quick react to some TikToks, some tickety talks, and let's go ahead and get started. How many we gonna do? I say we make this a 10-minute video or something, cause I talk too much anyways. All right, this is gonna be a part one. Let's do this. I was gonna edit like some special stuff. Okay, that's from Rebecca Simone. I guess I never knew anything about that. You can. Well, okay, I'll put it this way. In most states, I know for traffic infractions that they can't just automatically take you to jail, but they will lie to you in certain states and actually say that they can take you to jail for a traffic infraction. I've heard police officers sit up there and say they can take people to jail for not having a driver's license. They can take people to jail for not having plates on their car. I've heard a police officer say that before. I don't know how real that is. Okay, so this next beautiful young lady right here, it looks like they're talking about. Okay, let's read the comment up here. It says, "BS. Everyone in this country has had the same opportunity as the next person. Welfare passed down generation after generation free." Okay, I'm gonna let her say what she has to say on that because that whole entire statement is bull crap. No, everybody doesn't have the same opportunity. Let's quit with that shit. It's an illusion of everybody having the same opportunity, but everybody does not have the same opportunity. Even intelligent people of color don't have the same opportunity. So stop, just stop with that. But I'm gonna go ahead and let her speak her truth and see what she gotta say.
We gonna do this right now? This really the hill you want to die on? Since we're on the topic of equal opportunity, let's talk about the racial wealth gap, i.e., why Black Americans own 12 cents worth of equity and wealth in this country for every white dollar. Now, I can't really blame you for not knowing this because that's absolutely by design. But if you're truly not a shithead person, you'll stop and listen. We're going to talk about the open destruction of Black wealth. Now, this is the beginning of a long list of prospering Black communities that were murdered, burned to the ground, bombed, or turned into lakes. Up near the top, you'll see the slow.
We're going to stop right there because we don't even need to go any further. Do y'all see what she said? So that's basically a list of all the Black towns that have been destroyed that were successful on their own. And white people got so jealous that they went and burnt these towns to the ground. And some of them, they even turned into lakes. Like they said, Central Park used to be one of these cities. One of these black cities that became so successful that white people got. So this is the thing. And I like how she's speaking up. First of all, before we talk about any racial issue, let's get the difference out the way. Because I don't want people talking about, oh, it's racist to talk about white people. But you can talk about Black people and how much they're monkeys and animals and demons all day. There's a difference between white and Caucasian. White is a mindset. It's a racist mindset. White is a entity that believes that it's better than others, while at the same time showing forth its low self-esteem by disrespecting anything that doesn't look like it or disrespecting anything that achieves anything that's above it. Caucasians are part of the human race, right? Caucasians are intelligent, they're smart, they're witty, they're caring, they're brave, they have honor and integrity. They're part of the human race. So that's the difference. So when you hear me say white and Caucasian, that's the difference, okay? Every time I say white, I don't want you to think I'm talking about every single person with a pale skin color. I'm not. I know dang good and well not all Caucasians are racist, so we can quit with that. But it needs to be said, like, these cities right here that she's showing, every last one of these cities were cities that were successfully Black-owned cities that needed no help from white people. And when white people got mad and realized how they were doing better than them or doing better without them, they went and destroyed the cities. They said, how dare you do better? Because see, here's the thing. White people have been taught by rich white people. Poor white people have been taught by rich white people that you're better than Blacks. Without the poor white people realizing that the rich white people see you as the same trash that they see black people as. But they don't realize. But as long as they think they're better than something, they can be easily controlled. If I make you think you better than the next person, you're gonna do anything I wanted you to do. Why? Because I'm putting you on a pedestal on top of that person. But the moment that person proves to be better than you, all hell gonna break loose. All hell gonna break loose. So let's be for real. Like, we know racism still exists to this day, but to sit up there and say that black people are taking advantage of the system when it's already been proven that there are more white people and Caucasian on food stamps than there are black people getting government benefits than there are black people, then you will sit and realize, like, hey, the racism, it still exists today. I'm gonna put it like this: there's no cure for racism. Because in order to cure racism, those who are racist must admit that they are wrong in the first place. And since racism is built on pride, they're going to be too prideful to admit that they are wrong to begin with in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this young lady right here is putting all this on blast, and it's coming from somebody who looks like you. I don't know her racial identity exactly, but she's bringing forth the information, and it seemed like y'all not gonna believe anything unless it comes from somebody who has almost close to the same skin color as you. It's like a lot of Europeans revealed that Africans did a lot of stuff for society, how it was the first society, how all humans come from those who come from the African and went throughout the diaspora. So it's like a lot of them is not gonna believe unless it's come from one of their own. But we already know American history is a lie anyways. Let's go to the next TikTok.
Of famous rapper whistleblower B.O.B. using pure non-GMO cranberry juice to detox Morgellons parasites. When he swished the juice in his mouth for 5 minutes and spit it out and looked underneath the microscope, he noticed black globs that weren't in the juice beforehand. Also, when he added rubbing alcohol to what he spit out, it reacted violently. Your detox bath for radiation poisoning, pesticides, heavy metals, fungus, yeast, parasites, etc. calls for baking soda 1 to 2 cups, Epsom salts 1 to 2 cups, bentonite clay 1/2 to 1 cup, and 1 cup of Borax into a hot as you can tolerate bath water.
Are we serious?
My friend Kevin Hoyt tried this and saw white worms coming out of the skin. Can you explain where you got this information and any crazy stories you've seen associated with parasites and other detoxes?
I've been recommending detox baths for at least 15 years, using them myself, and it's over the years increased what we were putting.
Here's the thing: whistleblower means somebody who reveals how evil the government is. If you look in a dictionary, the definition of whistleblower should be basically somebody who reveals the lies of the government, and U.S. government specifically. So that's what we need to look at. So yeah, that's definitely what we need to look at. So I was just watching some crazy ass Fousey Tube video. So that's what we need to look at. Like, they're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to like they're talking about here, like, parasites are all over our body, but then we got to realize, we got to look at it like this. There are some parasites that are actually good for the body. There are some parasites that are bad for the body, just like good bacteria and bad bacteria. You know, and the thing is, we need to have a balance of good bacteria. Man, it's only 5 something of good bacteria versus the bad bacteria. Good parasites versus the bad parasite, because some parasites actually help clean up dead skin and stuff like that, and some parasites actually help with stomach health and stuff like that. But that's crazy for man. I'm gonna pray that they protect over her, because you know how they do with people who tell the truth.
So when the big banks finally go down, or when your bank goes down, you people need to be looking for this. And when they come back up, this is months ago, I told you folks you should be studying contract law. Because if your bank switches currency, that is voiding your mortgage contracts. I told you to study contract law. If you don't understand that statement, I can't do it for you. If you want to be free, you must learn how to take responsibility for your freedom. So let's paint a scenario here. Your bank goes down on a Friday. Monday they come up and you have digits in your account again. I would assume that is a CBDC, that is not fiat currency. When your mortgage becomes due, make sure you have cash on hand. You take cash directly to your bank and you attempt to make your payment with the cash. If they refuse it, they just voided your mortgage. Okay, and I could expand on that a little bit more.
So my guess is what she's saying is that don't hold your money, all your money into the bank. Make sure you got it on hand, and if you need to pay anything, give the money to the bank, like on your mortgage. And if the bank refuses to accept your money for the mortgage payment, it voids the mortgage. I don't know. Maybe that's what she's saying. Yeah, maybe that's what she's saying. I might have that wrong. Let's go to the next one.
Boom. So yesterday was Missionary Monday. Let's go over everything that we learned. Okay, so for good missionary, you need nice open hips and nice long hamstrings. We did both. We worked on mobility. We worked on deep hamstring stretching. Ooh, and number one rule was what? Make sure the booty look nice. Look at my booty. It look real nice right now. Look at it. Ooh. One of the main things we went over is the pelvic tilt and learning how to...
Hold up. I'm pretty sure there's no divorce in this person's future. We're going to leave it at that. Next video.
Number 7 is when she has guy friends. There's some
let me start from the
red
beginning.
flag. Number 7 is when she has guy friends. There's some rare scenarios where like a guy and a girl are old childhood friends and there's legitimately no sexual tension between them. But almost always when a guy and a girl are friends, there's some degree of sexual tension. And even if the girl's not interested in the guy, a lot of times the guy has been friend zoned and he's just like hanging around to see if he gets an opportunity down the line. And if you're talking to a girl and you notice that she regularly hangs out one-on-one or even just texts one-on-one with other guys, she likes the validation. Those guys are waiting to swoop in if they can.
And a lot of times, like, girls that have a lot of guy friends, they have one foot out the door in a relationship and they have like a lineup waiting for like, oh, if this relationship ends, it's okay because I have all these other guys that are interested in me.
And then she never even fully invests into the relationship with you in the first place. How many guy friends you got?
0, but I'm friends with a lot of your friends.
That's different though. Like if I would want my girlfriend or my wife to be friends with my friends. It'd be weird if she wasn't.
Yo, let's get the video on both of them. I 100,000% agree to a certain extent. That sounds contradictory. Here's the thing. And this is how I feel, and I'll probably have you say something about it too if you want to. If not, that's okay. She's camera shy. I will say this: if you get any opportunity to cheat on your girlfriend, man, cheat on her ass, okay? Just like have a whole bunch of girlfriends on the side, cause you could always have plenty opportunity. Yeah, she's ignoring me. Okay. No, but seriously though, it's kind of true because you do have a lot of. I'm put you like this: dudes are always waiting for you to fail. It don't matter how close y'all are. It don't matter your homeboys. It don't matter if it's a girl he grew up with his whole entire life. He is waiting for that man to fail so he can pounce on it. Let's be real. There's rarely guys who won't do shit like that, right? Like, I gotta admit, I myself, when I was younger, like, there were girls I was into, they end up being with somebody else, and we end up being friends, but it's like, secretly, I was like, I hope y'all get a divorce. Or, it's like, I hope they break up. I was like that when I was younger, but then it's like, with me having integrity, it's like, I can't act on it anyways. It's like, I can't do nothing. It's like, even if she came in a room, you know, butt ass naked, and she's like, oh, me and him had an argument, fight. I'm like, look, go get your own hotel room, or I'm leaving and get my own hotel room, because y'all still technically together. Because having I'll give you an example. I had an ex who sit up there and claimed she had a guy friend that she took a shower with, but they didn't have sex together. Just to find out not only was that a lie, which I already knew it was a lie, but at the same time, they end up having sex again later on. Wow, I was with him. So And the same thing with guys. Guys, you don't need too many girls who are friends, because that girl's waiting. Because see, females are very competitive. When it comes to relationship, they're more competitive than men. And she's just waiting for your girl to mess up. She's waiting for your girl to mess up so she can have the opportunity to sweep in and brag about. Because see, everybody wants to brag about they took somebody from somebody. That's the number one. They don't want to get their own person. They want a person that somebody else has, because that means that person is wanted in some way. So you'll get times where there's a male or a female that never talked to you or never paid you attention, or they fucked you over and left you alone, and then when you end up in a happy relationship, then all of a sudden they want to call you 24/7. So that's one thing you gotta look at. So is it better for a girl to just not have any guy friends at all? I would say it depends, but it's like, if it's my, guy friends, I don't mind, and something like that. But the thing is, and I'm gonna put it in my point of view, I would not be alone in a room with any of her girl friends. No. Because that's not right. That's not how you're supposed to do that. If I'm friends with her girlfriends, we all need to be in the same room together. Period. You know what I'm saying? We all need to be in the same room together. So I see it as, if a guy's gonna have friends who are females, let it be the females that are your girls' friends, and vice versa for the female. Like she was saying, like she's like her, most of his guy friends are her friends, her guy friends. So I believe the way they describe it is a good way to go about it. I said way too much that didn't need to be said. Okay.
Are afraid of letting black people build.
So I want y'all to go back and watch that video of that young lady saying that white people will not allow black people to build their communities up because they are afraid of retribution. I used to think that, but then I started thinking a little bit more. White people literally cannot function outside of the delusion of white supremacy. This is what I mean. So psychologically, whenever somebody experiences a cognitive distortion, they can either become very solemn or very violent. Usually it's violent. You ever notice how white people react when you try to remove them from the delusion of white supremacy? Or from the delusion of white cultural centering? Or from the delusion that white people created anything? See, I really love this creator because she is a model minority who utilizes her model minority status in order to intercept and deconstruct white supremacy. And when she does that, what happens is that usually there are a bunch of genuinely stupid, and TikTok, you can't get me this time because I'm utilizing the textbook definition of stupid, which is to behave as if though you are in a haze or stupor. So yes, stupid. Poorly educated, usually Caucasian people who did not pay enough attention in class to purchase a minute of their time, but they want to tell me about what it means to be black. Let's continue. So yes, there are some white people who are afraid of retribution. There are other white people who literally cannot function unless they are under the delusion that white people are superior. Here's the reason why, though. Because those people are usually poor white people. The white people who were usually in the most competition with enslaved black people and black people in sharecropping Jim Crow South. Odie, why is this relevant? It's not by design that most of these places that were burned down or torn down by white people were black enclaves of wealth.
Okay, so this video is the same as I said about the first video. When we was talking about the whole sundown towns and stuff like that, is that you got lower class white people who are brainwashed into thinking that they're better than this particular class of people. And when that class of people prove to be successful or even more successful on their own without their interference, that's when the jealousy kicks in. And then that's when, like he said, it's that those two different responses. Okay, I believe this information speaks for itself. It's a 10-second vid. But this information basically speaks for itself. Like, it's one of those, would you rather take $10,000 now, like the hand you cash money, or rather take the $10,000 and put it into a stock? So would you rather have the $10,000 now, or had the $10,000 invested for you and you can't get it for a year? That's basically what that is. I'd rather just invest the $10,000. I'm like, I ain't have it before. But at least if I got the $10,000 to invest, who knows? In a year, it could be zero. It's like, okay, I didn't have the $10,000 in the first place. Or in a year, it could turn into $100,000 or even $1 million. You know, so that's a win right there. All right, so I'm going to stop right here. Otherwise, this video is going to get way too long. I'm going to end it at this one. All right. So we're going to do a part 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to try to film all of them tonight, because I got a whole bunch of TikTok videos to react to. All right, man. See you later. Before I smack you in the face. Be safe. Before I smack you in the face.